I am a firm believer that lust is man's greatest weakness. And if a man cannot control his lust, he is weak in the mind. It is a huge indicator on how strong a man is, depending on how lustful he is. I talk to guys all the time, obviously friends, not friends, strangers, whoever, and they focus more on the amount of women that they talk to, that they sleep with, and female attention more than anything else in the world. And it's disgusting, man. I'll just say it for how it is. It's disgusting. It's loser. It makes me think that you're some wimpy little insecure man who has problems that he has to compensate for. If this is the thing that you are most proud of, I'm most proud of my accomplishments, everything I've overcame. A lot of guys, their biggest accomplishment is this girl gave me attention. What? What are we doing? Is that what you value so high over everything else? And it's so superficial because you're having superficial relationships. What are you doing? What are you doing? That is your number one priority. Think about it, reevaluate. Because a lot of guys are lustful, but they'll never even put themselves in the category of like, oh, I'm not lustful. But they can't resist any urges. They can't resist temptation. If a girl tries to talk to them, they're responding. They're giving attention, they're giving validation. You know, you could put a guy in a lot of situations with a girl, even if he doesn't find that girl very attractive, he will still end up sleeping with her just because it was available as options. This is encoded in so many guys' brains. I'm not sure if this is a generational thing, if it's always been like this. My dad used to tell me, guys only want one thing. You see all the time, guys only want one thing. And as I get older, I'm realizing, yo, guys really do only want one thing. That's crazy. That's crazy. And it's like all of their actions are a result of wanting that exact same thing. So, what is it that, in my opinion, the strongest guys have? What character trait? And I believe it is true strength, right? It's the ability to say no. It's the ability to not be moved by things that aren't satisfied with you. I think once you get fulfilled in life, right, you're going to stop caring about stuff like that. Obviously, all guys, kind of go through this little bit of a phase where they just want girl attention, especially when you're early on. But I call it a phase, but it seems like most guys never really grow out of it. And the guys that are the most lustful, from what I see, have their priorities in the completely wrong place, and they're overcome by beasts that they have no even willpower to conquer because it's super normalized. We do have societal standards and societal norms would say like if a guy sleeps with a lot of women, right? It's like he's conquered so much. It's like it's something that they get praised for, but when a woman does it, it's a completely different standard. And I know why that double standard exists biologically, sociology. It's just simple supply and demand, right? It's really easy for a girl to sleep with a lot of guys versus a guy to sleep with a lot of girls. I get it. I get all that stuff. Okay, but again, it goes back to the value. If a guy tells me, and this is just bro to bro talking, that oh, I've been with 50 people, 70, 80, 90 people in the past year in that compressed time span. And it's like to me, why would you be proud of that? Why would you applaud that? Like we get it. Are we teenagers? This is what you value the most? I see it a lot again with guys who fall over the age of like 40, 50. They come to me. This happened in networking events. I'm thinking of these two individuals so vividly. I like want to say their names right now, but they're just like, yeah, I have a girlfriend. She's about your age. Oh yeah, I was talking to this chick. She was 19, and I'm like, brother, you are 42 years old. I almost said his name again. You are 42 years old, and you're telling me that you're talking to girls younger than me. That's what you prize yourself on. That is so rewarding to you for some reason. That's weird, bro. That's weird. And it comes again from insecurity. Most problems are rooted again in insecurity. I would feel more satisfied. I would be more fulfilled. I would have a bigger flex of saying, look, I have a wife that has loved me for the past 25 years. In an era where no one's committed to each other, I found someone who's committed to me and I'm committed to them. And we have something that we can cherish for the rest of our lives because we have created lineage and we have a relationship with substance, meaning, and a point. Not just sleeping around lollygagging with things that are pointless. I think it consumes your energy. I also think that it really changes who you are as a person. It really hurts your commitment. And commitment is something I obviously have talked about in other videos before, but I think as a guy, you have to be committed to something. And if you cannot be committed with one single person, then how do you possibly ever expect to be committed in business, to be committed in other forms? I think it's one thing you find commitment in one form of your life, and then it will just trickle down into other forms of your life. Personally, think that's the most beautiful thing about marriage. It's the aspect of commitment. People ask, why do you value marriage? Well, I value marriage because it's a sentiment of I chose this person chose me. We are committed to one another. And sleeping around isn't going to get you that. You're going to be flip floppy. You're going to be all over the place. And I definitely think ADHD has a lot to do with it. We're built with all of these algorithms now that just feed us dopamine. And you're just chasing that dopamine of swiping from every video. Then you're swiping on Tinder. Now you're swiping through people in your real life relationships because you can't stay grounded to anything. You can't stay grounded to anything. So you're weak. You're flimsy. You have no foundation to build off of. And I'm super, super happy that I got out of that. I never really had it, to be honest. Like I said, I don't think I was ever like a super, super lustful guy. I've been in bad situations I definitely shouldn't have been in, but it's never, ever, ever been something I've been proud of. Ever something I've been proud of. It shouldn't be proud of. And I think that's a huge testament. I used to have all these feelings of like insecurity because I'm like, I can't believe I did that. I have such moral standards. I have um such a position of myself to where I feel like I don't want to feel like I'm ever being used by anybody. I want to feel like I am selective of who I'm with and all of these other things. And again, that's something because I value that a lot. I do value that a lot. And so as I get older now, it's like I feel completely detached from any forms of lust. And it's amazing. It makes me feel strong. It makes me feel like I said, I'm in control of my body. Um, Obviously, being my position, not a bad looking guy. I'm not a bad looking guy. I'm young. I have a lot going for myself. I make a lot of things that I do are attractive because I am doing things that are attractive, I guess. I don't know. But I've had, girl attention a lot more than I've ever had. But this is the least I've ever been controlled at all. At all. Inside a relationship, outside a relationship, I'm like, you're not getting my attention that easily. And if you're getting my attention, you're not going to get my attention in that regard. And it puts you on such a pedestal. And honestly, women really, really like that. I'm going to tell you, like, for the guys watching, women like really, really like that. When you make it clear that, okay, he's not easy. He's not easy. Therefore, they want you more. And I used to love playing the game of like being all super closed off and reserved. Um, and then sometimes I just don't even care. It went from like a game of playing the close off to reserve, and I realized like, wait, I can play this game so well because I low key don't care. I low key just don't care. And also, you get a lot better conversations with women. When you talk about, can guys and girls be friends? I think they can be friends only if the guy isn't lustful. Because the moment that girl gives him the opportunity, he's gonna fold. He's gonna crack. He's gonna break into shambles, and then that barrier is not going to be broken. I have found myself being genuine friends with women because I don't lust over them slightly. Like I can talk to them like a guy, almost. Obviously, women are a little bit emotional, so it's a little different. I can talk to like a girlfriend, like a guy, like very honestly because I have no ulterior motives, and it's so much better, guys. If you want to understand a woman, you can't be lustful. If you want to understand a woman, literally talk to one. Talk to a woman in a non lustful way, no expectations. You will understand so much more. And this change again started happening a little bit in college. In college, for sure. I was just friends with women, and it was definitely a different experience. I'm like, wow, I'm talking with no exterior motive. Like this feels different. And as I get older, obviously I'm going through relationships and stuff like that. I just stopped caring altogether. And then again, like I said, it makes me feel powerful. It makes me feel strong. It makes me feel like I'm not controlled by this emotions. And guys shouldn't be controlled by their emotions. They shouldn't. But most men are controlled by that one emotion, that one um, deadly sin, which is lust. So, guys, I'm telling you, if you want to make improvements in your life, please control your lust. How do you control your lust? I don't even know how I did. I low-key just kind of grew out of it. I kind of just grew out of it. Um, but a huge thing, I guess, that you can do is number one, just value it. You know, don't be proud of stuff like that. Don't be proud of like, look at this girl who gave me attention. Look at this girl I slept with. Why are you proud of that? Don't be proud of it. So shift your mindset of saying, number one, this is wrong. This is not okay. I'm not going to glorify this behavior. Number two is looking at the long term picture. And this is something that I definitely adapted more recently in my life. It wasn't always before. I was thinking, oh, well, I think now more. Okay, what does this look like for my future? How does this positively impact the person I want to be within the next 4 to 5 years? Does making this impulsive decision, giving this person my attention, is this favorable to the person that I want to become? And if you ask yourself that, a lot of the times you'll say no. And you'll say no and you'll make better decisions. I say last summer, um, June, July, August, I had just a completely like character prime 2.0, complete understanding, a master of lust. I used to call it like, can you master the horny? I used to call that. I used to say that back when I was like 20, right? But as I was, like I said, just turning 22, I was like, I feel so in control. My business was doing good. I wasn't focused with all this like drama or who could get like it just wasn't a thing. You feel so level headed. You feel so clear. You don't feel like you're like some type of dog that's just looking to breed. Like bro, I'm 22 years old. I have to establish myself to focus on myself. Obviously, like I said, I want a wife and kids, right? It's not something I'm closed off to. I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't want to talk to any girls. 'Cause I have an ego and all this stuff. I'm too cool for that. No, it's just like, you know, I only want to make good decisions. I only want to make good decisions. And that's really what it boils down to. And lust, a lot of the times, will make you make wrong decisions. Insecurity, a lot of times, will make you make wrong decisions. And life will happen and you will make mistakes. And you are not obligated to be the person that you were yesterday. And I believe that you have a disassociation from the past, the more that your personality disassociates from that. So if you're a guy right now, you're super lustful, and I guess this applies to women as well. If you're a guy right now, you're super lustful and you feel like you just can't control it, take it day by day. Make better habits, start cutting some people off, start understanding that this is not okay, and prioritize yourself and your well being and your future more than likely. And days will turn to weeks, weeks will turn to months, and then in years, you'll be unrecognizable and you will be so unmovable. And you will love yourself for it. I love this about myself a lot, actually. Like there's a couple of things I like crown myself on. This is one thing I crown myself on because I know what direction I was heading versus what direction I am in now, and it feels very, very free, very good, and I love the opportunity to be able to talk to other people about this. So yeah, I think that's all for this video. If you made it to the end, comment sandal, and I appreciate you guys watching all the videos. I know these videos don't get a lot of views. I do it simply for the 60 people that find value out of them. So yeah, see ya.